Hello, everybody. Bill Shaka here. Welcome to another edition of the 5-Minute Motivator. Welcome to my home in beautiful Tamarindo, Costa Rica. We are experiencing just fantastic weather today. That swimming pool is looking very inviting. Maybe I'll make this a 4-minute motivator so I can spend the extra minute in the pool. Just kidding. Hey, don't forget, please like, share, comment on this so I can get maximum exposure. I want to get these messages out to as many people as possible. I'm getting a really cool amount of emails and likes and so forth. So I know that I'm hitting home with some of these messages, and that's important because that's why I'm doing this. It's not about the money. It's just about making your ding in the universe and helping other people to make their ding in the universe. Okay, so today I want to talk about a concept called Pragmatic Forgiveness. And what does that mean? Well, if you've listened to any of my episodes on the 5-Minute Motivator with any kind of regularity, you know that there are two metaphysical/theological concepts that I speak of quite often, and those are forgiveness and gratitude. And I want to concentrate today on this notion of forgiveness, but I want to temper it with the notion of pragmatism, common sense. Pragmatic is a synonym for common sense. And by that I mean, what type of common sense forgiveness can we have? Well, I do believe that there is no reason for not forgiving somebody. And I say that not because it's for them, it's for you. It gets rid of all that mental gunk that you have if you're not actually holding grudges against somebody, which, by the way, they may not even know that you're holding a grudge against them, which means it's all you. It's all you. You are holding this poison inside of you. You're drinking this poison and you're expecting the other person to die. So forgiveness, I think, on a pragmatic basis, or just in a general basis, is important. But what do I mean by pragmatic forgiveness? Let me give you an example that I use in much of my life training and see if this hits home. A friend of yours, maybe a relative, whatever, at the beginning of the month comes up to you and says, listen, I need $100. I'll give it back to you at the end of the month, but I really need it. So you reach into your pocket, you give them a C note, and you expect to see them at the end of the month. Well, the end of the month comes, the end of the month goes, and they don't pay you back. So 2 weeks into the next month, you go back to them and say, hey, remember that C note that I lent you? I'd like to get it back. And they say, oh, listen, I'm running into some difficult times. I don't have the money. I'll give it back to you at the end of this month. So the end of the second month comes, the end of the second month goes, and they don't pay it back. The beginning of the third month rolls around. And you go back to them and say, that $100, what about it? Say, I really don't have it. I'm sorry. I'll get it to you when I can. Now, at this point, you have a decision to make. Do you write off the friendship for $100? Or do you simply write off the $100? Well, the whole notion here is to forgive the person. You forgive them. You write off the debt, and life goes on. Maybe they'll pay you back at some point. Maybe they won't. But you forgive them for that. But a few months later, they come back to you and say, hey, can you lend me $100? You've forgiven them for the past debt. But I'll be damned if you're going to give them another $100. See, that's what I call pragmatic forgiveness. And what I mean by that is that you forgave them for the debt that they incurred with you. But you're not going to go into more debt. Okay? It just doesn't make sense to do that. Okay? So the end result of this whole process is to forgive individuals for issues and errors and omissions in how they develop their relationship with you, but it's not to get involved deeper with that same process. Forgive, forget, but don't continue to put yourself into that same behavioral spiral. That's what I mean when I call pragmatic forgiveness. Now, of course, you have your own opinion, and I'd love to hear it. This is Bill Shaka thanking you for attending another edition of the 5-Minute Motivator. Looking forward to seeing you in the next edition. Bye-bye.